Sorry for the cough. Chaos Flux. Not a lot, just painting some detail onto the ogre, and eventually I'll be painting detail onto the other ogre, and then eventually be painting detail onto the deep dwarves, and then the dwarves. You get the drift. You know how this goes. Any reason for the update? I thought the characters were fine on. Yeah, this is more just giving them a little bit of a facelift. They're pretty much where they should be. It'll be good to have this. I sort of decided that, you know, and maybe it's not like a really good use of my time, but I think it's past due time that we get a little bit more detailed lineup. Yeah, it's just so you can see more of the characters, so you can a lot of the guesswork is less. You know, we're gonna have some nice media coverage in the future, right? So anytime that we get media coverage, they'll be seeing this as their, like, you know, hey, check out our races, and rather than getting, you know, this, they can actually zoom in and get a good look of what the ogres are supposed to look like, that sort of thing. Or whatever race they want to look at. And it shouldn't take too long. This stuff should be done, you know, in a day. Oh, thank you, Chaos. Thank you a lot. That means quite a lot. I personally don't think I'm up there with some others yet, you know? Design-wise, maybe. I do like the designs that I do, but like actual paintings, and I'm not sure I'm completely where I want to be. Yeah, we had something sort of planned in that vein. But it's just been so focused on on dev, right? So maybe I'll get the chance to truly like explore that eventually, right? But hey guys, I'm back. Am I back? I noticed that the stream died, so I didn't say much. Yeah, I'll give you a little showcase. There's like a thing that I was working on a bit ago that, let's see if I can find it. Let's see, it would have been, oh yeah, hey, I reorganized this all, so this is the full page now. It's all organized. It would have been playable race. No, it would have been cover art. And it would have been... So we had this going on where I was going to have a whole lineup like this of the races walking, right? And I would just keep on adding and adding races until everybody's covered. But that will be years in the work, I think. Just because there's no point in hammering that out right now. Yeah, something like a cool action shot would be pretty cool, eh? There's a lot of opportunity to do stuff like that, but that might be later. That might be years down the line. A piece like that, to be completely honest. Yeah, we've had conversation, Isabel, then. Yeah, all this is up to, essentially all this is up to Sean. Whether he wants to pursue that or not. He's got all the support he wants, from me on that front. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, he's less of like super fat, and he's more like, yeah, like you said, just super strong looking. The trolls look a little bit more fat, you know? Hey, Sleepy Mushroom. These guys are a little bit more fat. Yeah, kind of like a strong man. I'll eventually be done rendering out this guy's belly. Let's lock his layers so I don't paint over too much stuff. Or paint in new silhouette stuff. Bjorn? Go. I think that's. People will forgive me if I just left him there. The other stuff is not as important, I think. And plus then I can move on to the female ogre. He's trolly because he gets a banging body like this. Yeah. This one's gonna be hard. He's had a pretty loose drawing of her for a while, so it's gonna be important to get this face like as right as possible. Yeah, exactly. After her daily reps. It's like a really good what's it called? I think it was, do you guys know butter belt, butter something? He's like a boxer. Butterball? No. There's like a, he's like a boxer. Butter something. Butterball? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's this little YouTube clip that I saw recently where he's like, he's comparing himself, you know, he's like, do I think I could take Mike Tyson? Yeah, I think so. He's like, look, I've never been knocked out. It's not about, like, it's all about weight and how much weight you can throw around. And I go, well, he hasn't been knocked out, so I mean, how wrong can he be? And I sort of think of these two, where she's like the Mike Tyson and he's the Butterball. Butterbean? Butterbean instead of Butterball? Alright, you guys are giving me some conflated, no, not conflated, some information that I can't trust at the moment. It is bean, okay. Butterbean. Yeah, anyway, so I sort of see these two as as that. She's like, look, you need to get in those reps, get control of your body, do all this, you know? You know, it's like, and he's like, look, I want to eat more of your stew. Look. I get another plate of schlop. Beef schlop. Or like, why? Are you sure 5 plates aren't enough? Oh, your schlop's just so good. Or like, bet these guys would have like a mean goulash. Been having goulash recently. I bet these guys would make an absolutely devastatingly good goulash. To the point where you're like, there's no way ogres made this. This is like a different dish. But then you look at it and you go, okay, maybe ogres made this. But my comment about his neck still stands, yeah. Also, Butterbean is fatter than the ogre here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to go just obese. Well, the ogre is much bigger than the Mr. Butterbean. No offense, but Mr. Butterbean is gonna stand 0 chance against these. How tall is he? If humans are 6 feet and elves are 7 feet, or 6.5. No, if humans are 6.5 and high elves are 7, these guys are like 7, 8, 9, 10 feet tall. Oh yeah. Might have to do some touch-ups on the faces and stuff, but Okay, so have you seen the new Wood Elves? Humans in Sword are 6.5 feet tall. I'm that tall in real life, and I can tell you, it's not average. No. No. But we want our humans to be heroic. At a heroic stature. No, you won't. You won't when you play the game, because you're going to be playing a dwarf. Let's see. What else? Having a more detailed look, and I like them. And I like them even more. Like a better version of Ixars. Alright, so quickly let's go over to the lizard folk. Dukin really wanted the flatter head, and so I was like, okay, well let's give him what he wants and see where we can go from there on. I think there's a possibility I might even extend like the neck a little bit taller, and then touch up the face a little bit, because Zukin wasn't quite happy with the faces, but it's okay because I figure that he'll end up doing what he needs done to them anyway, so. In Zukin I trust. Especially for lizard folk. Looking at this, there's a lot more detail in the lizard race and wood elves. It's also noticeable difference in compared to the human. Yeah, the humans I haven't touched yet. So like, for example, here's what the wood elves look like. And I just recently started to detail out the high elves. So the high elves are a pretty similar level of detail. And then the same thing with the deep elves, they're similar level of detail. So that's what I'm doing, and the humans I haven't got around to, and even the lizard folk are not that detailed, but that's what I'm doing. And then here we have the ogre, and now I'm working on this ogre female, just detailing them out, rendering them out a bit, not changing too much of the design, just reinforcing the design that was already there. And getting in some more detail to clarify things. Well, yeah, they have sinewy skin, and to push that sinewy skin, you have to have like a certain amount of detail to represent that. And they also have really detailed, like, intricate armor. That intricate armor comes off as detail when it's just a bunch of random brushstrokes. Well, not random, but, you know. You know. They're also I'm actually quite happy with the new Wood Elves. I think they hit a really strong design. They're a little bit more formidable than before. Less the butt of a joke, butt of a hippie joke or something. Much more formidable Guardians of the Forest type. They got a Guardians of the Forest type look to them.
You can get a $1 coffee or $2 latte at A&W. Any size.
I'm sorry.
Until October 1st.
What? I can get a $1, $2 coffee at A&W? What the hell am I listening to now? Not anything I want to listen to. Maybe some... Is it? Humans should be different sizes based on origin, in my opinion. I.e. Nordic, think Vikings, barbarians, light skin. Just smaller. Yellowish, Roman, olive skin, mid-sized, and African in regards to Elder Scrolls. I don't think we are going to have much. I don't think we are going to have our human cultures divided like Earth cultures are. I don't think. I think we will have things like I think we will have things like different cultures that the humans can start at. And we've talked a slight bit about having a taller human culture or whatever. But there's a problem in how we actually want to implement that into the UI and how we character create, and whether or not there's 3 different types of humans. You know, when you hit human, right? Now we have specifically for the human a subculture that we then choose to delineate height, and it's not very, what's the word? Elegant, let's say. Possible, just not very elegant. And if it means that we get different sizes of humans, we've had talks about it, where you get different face variations and stuff like that for certain cultures, but that's a conversation that is beyond me right now, because I think we've had similar conversations like that before, but nothing really set in stone. Though I will say it seems more plausible to do something like that, given that to make a race, to make an extra race, especially like that, it is mostly just data, which is good, but also it is mostly the actual creation and changes of the races and everything like that. Like, we're getting really efficient at it. So if we can get really efficient at making different races, and figuring out what type of differences are actually worth it, whether it be, I know there's been like a barbarian race in EverQuest, and that was like a taller version of human or whatever, and there's been similar talks to things like that, but I think we still want to make them special and not just size them up and call them barbarians, but and have different, like, but so we might break them up like that, but it would be our own fantasy culture, I guess. There's been some conversation about that, but it's been a while, and we've done some really strong work on the race stuff since then. Like we actually I don't know how much Sean has shown on stream, so I'm hesitant to say and show, but I will say there's been some really strong... Oh yeah, last stream I said I would showcase some of the goblin hair of Monsters and Memories, but I never did. I had to get going. So maybe I'll do that today. So I guess what I'm trying to say is to have the human race be represented of the real world, but Eminem's fantasy. Yeah, so you're saying, like, let's say our Vikings, you know, they end up being taller, and the textures that we have for them are hairier and more Nordic, including you know, like, and I'm not saying we have to do this, but like, but then they have like exclusively like this silver hair or something like that, silver white hair. Not saying that that's the I'm not making the race up here, but have like some sort of, or maybe they have like exclusively like pure white eyes, or I don't know, but something that makes them them, and then they have certain features like higher brows, or and call that the Viking or whatever race, and then have like a or Asian inspired race or something, or and then we can do whatever. There's a part of me that makes me go maybe, cause, but then also a part of me that goes, well, isn't that just giving humans, like, what? If we have 7 faces per race, isn't that giving humans, because we plan on having 3 different cultures, 3 different major cultures of humans, isn't that just going to give humans 14, 21 different facial options? All the other races kind of get... But like, yeah, you're not human, other fantasy races. Fuck off. Oh, that's no argument. Humans are diverse, same with, I'm sure, same with ogres, and same with goblins and trolls and deep elves and elves. There's been some talk about deep humans, but I won't say any more about that because I'll get yelled at. That's good, Chaos Flux. That's good. Most people might take offense to that, but I say good. They're supposed to be outcast. Oh, they're not just golems. I will say though, I mean, it's a little bit derivative. Wait, not derivative, what's it called? Derivative is the wrong word. That's a completely wrong word. No, there's another D word that I'm looking for. Nope, not gonna find it. My brain has been short-circuiting for the last while, so sorry. My intellect is fucking ogre. Derogatory? No, it's like like paring down. It's like making it more simple than it is. Is that the word? Is that the... I don't know. I just asked what's the word. I don't fucking know. Anyway. What I'm mostly saying is that when you do look at the deep dwarves, you could easily have a much more generic golem. You could have a golem that doesn't look like a dwarf. You could have a golem that looks like a dwarf but is just a golem. But this case, you have what seems to be like this mixture of undead and dark sort of themes and type of like structure and architecture combined with, you know, this like there's like a sort of like evil to it, you know, with the horns and tusks and glowing eyes coming from the dark husks of these hollowed beings. You know, it's different than just a golem. But here's a question, Chaos Flux. What is your favorite race? Well, we're not making it burger. So, looks like, you know, we have a quite different taste than something that is specifically more architectural construct related. You go over here and you're looking at the troll, very organic, particularly grotesque looking. Not a whole lot of sharp corners, you know, or right angles. It's a polar opposite of not a polar opposite, because these could be like, you could get like a light version of these and that would be more polar opposite. But there's certain things that each person is going to gravitate towards, and if they don't like something of another race, then I am all for that. Let them have their prejudices and all the deep dwarves, you know, just a bunch of blocks, and the deep dwarves, of course, and the deep dwarf players will go, they have no idea what they're talking about. There's so much different types of runes and inscriptions in our bodies and all this stuff that they don't even know about because they don't read the lore, or, you know, something like that. So I'm for you not liking the deep dwarves. I'm a-okay with it. And maybe you won't like that answer, you know, or I'll keep and stand by where I think the Deep Dwarf should be. But I think they fit the roster quite well as a outcast that doesn't quite fit and will be for players that want to be the outcast and don't necessarily have want to be, you know, talked to all the time or well, could be the case, yeah, but as you play the game, I think you'll come around to not just calling Deep Dwarves, you know, this other thing. Especially because the deep stuff, you know, it's like our deep elves are not just dark elves. Our deep gnomes are not just dark gnomes. See, thank you for sharing the race/class matrix yesterday. I guffawed when I saw Ogre Archer. Pretty much have to play a chubby mobile ballista now. Oh man, I was playing Archer in a recent like internal playtest, and goddamn, I love it. I love it. It's like auto attack heaven. Okay. Morning, Tillet. Hell if I know. Hey, Tillet, is that a Inquisitor as your profile picture on Twitch? Nice. I don't think I will do heavier renders of the class. I already did drawings of the class. I've already done drawings of the races. So this is sort of overkill, but I think it's worth it. I think having this version of the races be super rendered out is super worth it, especially now that my rendering is so quick in comparison to before. After literally like training myself to be able to do this for Monsters and Memories. Before Monsters and Memories, my conscientiousness when it comes to actually like dedicating myself to a painting was quite low. I would get sick of a painting within an hour, 2 hours, and the only thing that has really pushed that is the work that I've done with Monsters and Memories and the inspirations, and the only way to get close to the inspirations is to spend the time. And the time to render. Hey, Liz Kimber. Well, Liz, just don't let it happen again, and we'll be fine. Hopefully there's some 12 weapon speed bows that are for the big oh, dude, totally. Just don't let me say that. Don't let me treat you like that. Jesus Christ. I think the nose needs just a bit of some on the bottom here to... It's hard to tell. Ah, it should be fine. Maybe like a dark bit like that, yeah. Alright, let's get some hair in. We'll go get some dark bits in. A little bit of patches. Like how shiny her hair looks at the moment. I need to play into that a little bit, actually. Chaos, you're throwing off my groove, man. Pointing out like some of these things makes me only exclusively now look at those things and prioritize them instead of following my own like internal prioritization. It's all good. It's a personal trait that I have. I'm fucking trying to please, you know, like, oh, this doesn't look right. Well, let me fix that right now. And it's like, well, if that doesn't look right, and then I'm, you know, working at the whims of Chad, that sort of thing. Oh, this not detailed enough. Should be more detailed here, less detailed there, that sort of thing. it's a me problem. Yeah, if you take the contrast on his nose or whatever, or on her nose, or the brightest bright on her, and you apply it to him in certain places, and you're gonna start to see, I think, he'll look a little bit more detailed now, just based off of that. Yeah. See what I mean? Now I'm in on the male ogre again. Maybe I should be in on the male ogre though. I need some more darks. Highlights. Oops, I meant. Let's just do a little touch of that. Yeah, they're pretty close. And he's also a rougher, so he gets like the less smooth the skin than she does. Okay, anyway, you need to move on from her face over to some other parts. Otherwise, I'll be here forever, and I don't want to be here forever. I want to get this done, like, ideally today. We'll do a little bit more saturated, something like that, something like that. We'll put the saturated bits next to the highlights. There we go. Blend that all together. Sorry, and by the way, Chaos, I don't mean to, I don't want to like throw your comments like down the drain or anything like that, or make you feel bad, or not my goal at all. Let's see. Is her neck? Would it be like there instead? Yeah, I think so. Her expression is different from when you started. Looks more content. Like she just had a new personal best down at the gym. He looks now like he's won a prize. A prize for largest onion. Let's see. To him, I can sort of see. I think I might touch up his right here. So it folds a little bit more. She looks more inquisitive. Her nose is not nearly as... No, her nose is not nearly as sharp as it should be. This part should probably go like somewhere like that. And she might need to even squint a little bit more. Yeah. Back to serious face. I think Zukin's actually working on Ogres somewhat next here, so it'll be really good to have her in a really like strong spot where I'm actually super happy with the way that she looks. She gives me the, oh yeah, something like that. That's good. All in all, I will say that it's not too bad, and sometimes comes off actually, or not comes off, ends up being like a really good boon to the checking out and making sure that I don't like go too far in one direction or whatever. You guys making comments in the chat, I mean. Alright. Oh, this is gonna be tough. How do I want to handle this? So something like this is her collarbone. Oh yeah. For those that are into painting, something that you guys should be aware of if you do paintings like high, you know, let's say you do paintings that have high fidelity, or, you know, lots of rendering or whatever. There's this thing that I literally just made up in my head. Because I was worried about it because I had done a little bit of it today, and I want to sort of make an internal rule as to not do it again too much, because I know the rule and I've been following the rule for a very long time, but I don't really put it into words. Yeah. I might put it on the website first, actually. You might see it there first, and then we can post it in the Discord. But this rule is like, it's called, and I made this up just now. Maybe it exists somewhere else, and people, you know, I'm just copying someone else or something. But it's essentially, don't waste your detail. And so, here's a really great example of don't waste your detail. Is the more contrast your detail is, or the, let's say you have here and here, if you do this sort of brushwork or whatever on this thing, this has a lot more detail than if I were to do something like this. So basically the idea is that you have enough contrast in your rendering to not waste your detail. Make it so when you put a brush stroke down, you're not having to put another one and another one and another one to compensate for, you know, for it's essentially not noodling. Of course there's sub values and stuff like that you can get into, but just in general, making the contrast between whatever paint you're putting down and So the contrast being how light and dark it is, or how well you can see it comparatively to each other. You can have color contrast and stuff like that. If you do that, you're going to be spending a whole lot less time actually rendering. What you put down is going to read and create a form that you don't have to go over again. Essentially, don't be too subtle with it. You want to be able to see the brushstrokes that you've just made, like, very clearly. Can't see them very clearly, you're wasting your time. I think that would apply to miniatures as well. I guess so, yeah. I'm gonna lock them up again. Do something like that. Block. Big muscle. Big muscle. And this shoulder is not quite big enough, actually. And I put form into it. I could go out to like here. That feels right. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you know what I just noticed? Hey, Chaos. If you're still around, man. Really appreciated your contributions to chat, and now I'm missing it. I don't think you talked a lot. Maybe you left. I don't know. I don't want that to be the case. Hopefully Chaos is still around. It's the last thing that I actually wanted to come out of it, was less chat engagement. I think that is currently $47 is the Eversong Woods from WoW. They did a really good job with WoW stuff. It's so in the background. It's not heavy-handed. Has a nice, you know, like, it did a lot of good things with that game. A lot of bad things, but a lot of good things. Something that I've noticed in a lot of popular culture. Oh, I've actually drawn the ogre area. This is one of them. Ogre, 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 O-G-O. Jesus, hello? Am I dumb? I can't see it. Is there anything that says ogre? What the hell? 1 second. Ogre. Is it not here? Well, fuck. 1 second. Ogre. Ogre female fighter. What the fuck? Come on, there has to be more. There has to be more. I literally just organized this whole thing the other day just so I could not have this problem. Let's see. It's literally called ogre right here. What the? Oh. Did I just... Did I call it ogre with a O-G-R-E-R? So this is what I was imagining for the ogre area. have these big, wide stone huts with open, these giant open doorways for going in and entering, and but then you also have these giant pots in the middle, these cauldrons of, you know, forever stew or something, where you just throw in whatever it is that you just caught from hunting, or, you know, that you just got from your cattle or whatever it is. And then it has that little top that's open, so you'll have the cooking smell or whatever come up. But also, more importantly, is I have this thing that I like, which is this metal spike that sort of symbolizes your clan, your family, and in that spike there will be engravings of each family as it, or engravings or learnings or like symbols that represent each family going up, and they're going to be quite intricate because ogres are going to be actually quite good metalworkers. And you can sort of see a little hint at that with the thinness of and the intricacies of their gear, right? These little straps and these knots that go through, and looking at their weapons, they have these nice intaglios built in and all this stuff like that. And so, yeah, that's the idea, at least, is that you'll have these stone spikes that will sort of represent that and hold meaning to them, and so they're a little bit more cultured than I think your average ogre, but it doesn't stop them from being absolutely brutal. And it doesn't stop there from being really dumb ogres that are just, you know, like me kill, me smash. Hey Thavik, how's it going? That's it. I'm full of complete regret. Dude, you gotta Chaos Flux, man. You gotta come back. I feel particularly bad. I feel like as soon as I said that, you just left. I don't know. I don't mean to call you out or anything. I'm sorry. Come back, baby. Was not my intention. Oh, he was making you know, like essentially just observations that were like, hey, you're the female ogre's face is way more detailed than the male's ogre's face. What about that? Things like that. And it totally threw me off for a little bit, because I'm such a people pleaser. When someone comes in with a problem with my art, I go, okay, well, I need to make it so it's not a problem. Generally, you know, certain things I try and stand behind, like for example, the deep dwarf. Deep dwarf design. But anyway, so I mentioned that to him, that he was throwing me off just a little bit, because I just can't help it. I can't help but focus on that. And I feel bad. I feel bad because he stopped talking after that. I hope he just had to go get some water or something, or go to work, or I didn't. Yeah, that's what I hope, at least. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. They're both built. Not anymore. Get into the forearm action. Oh, that looks fucking cool. Okay, let's keep that. Dude, the amount of rendering that has gone into... Yeah, only 4 more hours. The amount of rendering that's gone into her one bicep is like the same amount that went into both of these. You know, the entirety of the female deep elf. Maybe something like that. And then we can have... Oh yeah, so yesterday I went laser tagging, which means my foot's good enough to go laser tagging, which is good. My sprained ankle was is finally sort of, you know, it was good enough. It wasn't great. I would say I will need to take another week break before, or if I go laser tagging again with a bunch of friends. But yeah, super fun, super dumb. I was this close from naming myself Ugly, but I went with Goblin. Oh, sorry, 1 second. It's supported by she's so much more muscular up top now. It looks like she's been skipping leg day. Well, until we get to rendering that. But yeah. Yeah, laser tag's fun. It's chill. I got second place the first run and third place the second run. I lost to someone named Twinkie Winky. And by a lot, mind you. I lost by a lot to Twinkie Winky, like 15 points or something, or like 10 points. It wasn't like close. It wasn't close at all. That guy's a monster. And by that guy, I mean, I think he was like a 10-year-old kid. Someone get that guy into the fucking Navy. Like, pronto. Like, kid Twinkie Winky. Yeah, I went with my girlfriend and some friends. Okay, this hand needs to be figured out. 1 second. What am I doing? What am I doing with this fucking hand? And we do that. All right. There we go. That feels a little bit better. Life's good. We have a new Elder Scrolls game called Elder Scrolls Castle. It just looks like Fallout Shelters, but reskinned. That's gonna make them a shit ton of money. It's gonna make them a shit ton of money, and it's going to support the development of bigger projects like Elder Scrolls 6. Dude, the Elder Scrolls team, what they need to do truly just need to find someone, hire someone to completely like revamp the way that they do like dialogue or whatever. Like we need like a never hop, you know what I mean, in like in technology where, you know, you're interacting with other NPCs that don't feel like fucking NPCs, that you can't, like, if you can get NPCs that you can't meme on, like the Elder Scroll meme, you know, the Morrowind music or whatever, or the Oblivion music, I mean. Like, they just need to hire someone over there for their next project and just not have that be a thing. No, it can't be deliberate. It's a product of like someone that's working there. Or like maybe just the whole team, or I refuse to believe. Maybe it is on purpose, but I doubt it. I don't. Someone goes, yo, we need to make this, like, maybe now, maybe it didn't like exist back then, because back then they were trying stuff. They were like making characters look around and shit like that with their eyes, and they're like, oh my god, this makes your character so much more believable. Like there's a person stuck in this like NPC's body. And that's better than no person in the NPC's body. Just an NPC. Or, quote unquote, it's better, you know, but... Maybe I should pull up some bodybuilder references instead of just fucking winging their entire physique. On the other hand, I think I'm doing a pretty good job, so maybe I'll just stick it out, see how it goes. And then I can add in some extra muscle and stuff if I need to. Okay, I think I've rendered her enough. This is a lot. So here's the old. Here's the new. Maybe I could bring this in actually. In terms of lizard people, not completely for the base game, but we do want them. We do want the lizard people in for at least our first expansion. I want them in before, because I want a lot of races in, and I think we have the capability to do it. But that's me. I also want Knowles and Ashira. And Mandrake and Deep Ones and Cyclopses and Giant, or like half giants or something. And Shira is these guys. Where the fuck am I? And I think we're also mobs. I'll need to bring up the mobs. Oh no. I'm working at too big of thing here. Here are the Ashira. And here are the Ashira. Oops, that's the wrong one. Let me close this. Do not want to save this again. There's the ogre place. Where is it? It would be cover art. So here's the Ashira. And here's the bloody nose goblins. There's the Ashira and a halfling archer and a wizard gnome and a... Yeah, I agree. More races, the better. If we could get... hold on, let me just get a good screenshot of this. If we could get in 10 years time, right, by the time that we've released and we have... Yeah, we're planning on racial traits. If we get all that stuff, let's see, where is it? Ogre. If we get all that stuff, like... Jesus Christ, oh my god. Let me start over my sentence. What the hell is going on? I'm all over the place. 1 second. Okay. 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, we have Monster Memories out. We're making content for it constantly. What I think and what I also sort of know is that we plan on making a lot of horizontal content. So that means more reasons to play the same sort of content over again. So that means more classes, more races, more quests, that sort of stuff, instead of always raising a level cap and making it more and more impossible for new players to enjoy the game. And so new routes and better camps and all that stuff and new items are going to be introduced into the game to make that sort of experience better. And the more races that we can get, especially with the system that we have, the way that we've done a lot of the player races, I see that as entirely possible. So like I said, in 5 years time, when we have the game out and we've been releasing expansions, I would like to have kobolds, half giants, mandrakes, and different types of goblins and orcs and deep ones and, you know, deep humans maybe, and all this other different types of races that when you enter and play the game, you're choosing a sort of a world that you get to enter an RP as and like play as, in a world that treats you differently as one race or one culture, and you get a different experience, you know, with a different class or whatever, and also offers you options to play and get certain experiences that are exclusive to playing a lot. So like unlocking classes with races and certain things like that. Like the matrix right now that we have is ridiculous. It's like the, even with us limiting the amount of classes that you can get per race, we have like something like 118, 120 some class combinations, I think. And what I would like to see is that someone mentions Monsters and Memories and they go, yeah, no, it's, you can play whatever the fuck you want. There's a mob in the game, likely chance, if they're an intelligent race, you can play as them. And people go, wait, hold on, wait, what? And then they name off their favorite things, and they're like, frog people. And like, yep, they got them. The lizard people, yep, we definitely got them. They have 2 different types of lizard people. Like, things like that. That's the game that I would like to have exist in 10 or 5 years' time. But, I mean, I'm only the artist. I'm only, or not the artist, I'm only the concept artist. Right? There's lots of other people that are, but that seems to be like the direction that that we've been sort of heading in, is that sort of horizontal progress. And plus, people will return for the release of certain races, and like, oh, you can play kobolds now. And you're like, oh, there's these other, you know, like culture kobolds, and they can actually, you know, maybe they're blue and they are friends with, you know, this certain tribe of high elves or something, and it all fits in a cohesive world and all that stuff. Holy moly, I am rambling at this point. I am very tired. No, not tired, exhausted. So, I think... You know what? I think I did a really good job originally defining these with as little as I had, you know, like paintbrush wise and like detail wise. I didn't go too crazy on them, and they were designed really well. I'm happy with myself. So I think this... I think this could be... There we go. That's better. That is way better. That's what got you into the game. Familiar but unique. Well, I mean, the only reason... And the only reason it's unique is because I think we're the only ones that aren't trying to subvert anything. Everybody else wants their own unique take on things, and we're like, it's okay, we don't need to be unique. Yeah, it does. It does remind me a little bit of that. I think they had an influence on these guys, actually. Like, either subconscious or... It also might be the skin color. You change the skin color of these guys and... But yeah. 100%. I think like its uniqueness is actually categorized by how I guess the time we're in. Oh, Bjorn, I'm not going to be able to reach the dwarves at this point. I still have the deep dwarves to do, and then I have the dwarves. So it might be a while. But also I'm gonna stop streaming here in a bit and take a little bit of a break. Ooh. I will say though, give me a second. Before I stop streaming, I promised this last stream, so I will do this stream. I'm just gonna quickly show you guys the female goblin hair that is now in game. Just you know, what is going on? Oh, I might need to clear my cache. We'll see. Oh, well, turns out I cannot. I might need to restart or clear my cache or something like that. Before I can show you guys the things here. 1 second. Let me open up Photoshop really quick and then see what I can do about oh. I might not be able to. My computer's having a little bit of a heyday at the moment. I thought I would be able to. Oh, here. You know what I can do instead of running around? I'd show you. Oh, actually, maybe. We'll see. The project seems to be opening this time. If not, I'll just show you a little video instead of actually playing. Now I kind of wish I didn't take down the art piece that I was doing today. Oh, nice. All right, we're in business. All right, let me share this. Sorry, my computer is well, it makes sense. The file that I was running there, the MMO file, was what? It's like 10,000 or 12,000 pixels like wide. No, 10,000? Yeah, 10,000. Something like that. It's crazy. It's so big. So, here, let me open up this so you guys can see. It's not the greatest quality, but just... Oh. Actually, never mind. Here we go. Hideous. Look at that. No idea how long it's going to take to load. My computer's just having a struggle bus, mostly because I think the Photoshop was taking a lot of resources. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Level 1 enchanter. Got some goblin female hair. And this is the base. So you can't not. She looks stabby? Yeah. Yeah, she does. That was actually one of the base things that I wanted for goblins, is I wanted the males to look more like a mace or a club. And I wanted the females to look very like knifey, stabby. I'm just I don't know why, but when you exit full screen in Unity, it takes forever. When going into it, it doesn't take that long. I also wanted to turn on something that I think you guys will appreciate. Your desktop is gelatinous cube with the male goblin with the mace about to be eaten. Nice. What the hell's going on? Please let me out of full screen. Let me out. Well, my Unity crashed. Well, you guys got to see it. So, never mind, I guess. Sorry for the squeaky fucking chair. Jesus. All right. I think I'll actually just call it then. Thank you guys for stopping by. Joining the stream. Watching some ogres be drawn and painted. And I'll catch you guys later.